said they were going to break the 8. Unfortunately for them, the 8 is with me. Breaking the 8, breaking the 8, breaking the 8. Nyumawoko, Neka 8, Ekeha John Dramani Mahama. Ewo 8, me here 8. Abahena Jan Makwe. I am holding the 8. Let them come to me and ask for the 8 to break. The 8 is going to break. It's going to break 8 years of corruption. It's going to break 8 years of economic mismanagement. It's going to break 8 years of impunity. It's going to break 8 years of arrogance. That is what is going to break. And so I have the 8. And NDC is going to win 7 December 2024 with number 8 position on the ballot. So why is there a hurry to sign the contract for the second gas stream? Just because they want to commit it, take their 10%, and if it takes even 5 years for the gas to come, they don't care. We are warning everybody who is involved in this contract. If there's financial loss to the state, they would be held responsible for that. And for a contract valued at $800 million, I believe that it must be subjected to parliamentary approval. Because they want to avoid parliament, they have set up a wishy-washy Ghanaian company as the front so that they don't have to go to parliament because it's an international company. We are watching. If there's financial loss to the state, people are going to be held responsible. A word to the wise is enough. Omampenya Akufo-Addo ka kire say or the branch be Free Bank of Ghana eba abeye na be di chiri. No say the cronty all this branch na eba and they say or your economic specialist. No be sie Ghana sika sem send ebe ya ye ho beton. Enya sa no kan. Enti or the branch na buy. Abra me call independence me dey to me share on Monsano. Na CD no 4 CDs to $1. Abrantia Bank of Ghana buy and fear watching and every 4 CDs to $1, I could do 16 point something CDs to $1. Ezu and afe Sabrantia no buy no onka sika sembium onka economy asembium. And now we be bibia about economy. We say Ghana foreign exchange, you know, dollar ni CD send ya kono, we be in there or say digital. And your my boy cost no, we be in there or say digital. Until I say digitalization, and oka onka economy assemblium. And so NDC your money member. You bet me see sasika sam no.
Oman penyin ebestre. Dema oye lawyer nanke susu de bill baako pa wazu koto de senananum wofro bia na wama first no yemra asabe wotum wotwena so anada polisifo ofre no business sem the mazina wotwemen Galamsey ne farba a yentum stop na honofi Ozande ikrobia na ya ka okakrebia ohene wom. Enti the morning se owotum kakra So obi kwana asase okotu Galamsey na ofre yimba na wa ma obotuma amana mra na ye adwuma. Na oyimba na la ohini ofrani se frobi yo hin fra brand bi ana frobi na se wa ma ni ntumi ya no hwe e ka hwe so onye yi impo se anya lucky na se oyimba bi ta na chi de bi asas oya assemblyman so ye MPP so ye NDC supporters ni bi ta dam impabwan fu we chire awon hin won fa onye hwe kra na iyi na yesre de nka na nado onya zekroti ma himfo ma ochino yi hompo a ye za kan de nka da mamra no obotum asanso wahwem bio na nka waza ba sa da mra ne ba Galamsey ahimfo ye be stop no one touch nti oye pa de nka da mamra no obohwe ma ye adwuma na me de bia medi nya ahimfo ye mpanyimfo no nyina so wo ho yaw de sanka ya za da kotin wakado yes ye demonstration sa da mamra no nya adwuma ahimfo o president o anam mpanyimfo bi wo bekroda ye ntenase ana wo bogwa ye mebi na yeso ye pa ye temgu kakra na yeso ye demonstration nka da mamra meken ngoza ye adwuma dada no hin bia no u empa di tekungwando de babma development aba ukuru na dem development no so se yo hin na se e bia brent kwa bi riyazi bi na kitchen de mazali ja na wanje ya ni ntumi ya na hwe efre police fumba nimbo say lokia no baba an lokia wo ma osane mre bia la police na lorban mre bia wo ma obo no ho ban another ote chide sanana fro na ma otum wo twa.
It's a Monday morning, the last day of the 9th month of 2024, 30th September 2024. Welcome to the newspaper review segment of Good Morning Africa with yours sincerely, ALORMASOR. Always a pleasure to come your way with this segment of the show. There are a number of topics that we have tabled for this morning's discussion, but before I even get into them, let me remind you that we are live from our studios at number 48 Swanika Street in Abelempe. In 46 South African countries, you can also watch us. In some parts of Europe and South America, we are there. On the internet, connect with us at facebook.com/Pan-African Television, also on youtube.com/Pan-African Television, and your messages are vital. Your contributions are important on this program. So send me your messages 055-9919-802 055-9919-802. That is the number to which you can send your WhatsApp text or messages. Please do not call the line. When you call, I cannot answer, I beg you. So just leave a message in relation to the topics that we have tabled for this morning's discussion. I'll be more than glad to read them in the course of the show. Now, on to the stories that we have selected for this morning's discussion. There are happenings, very serious happenings in South Africa. We are going there for our African story. 17 people killed in South Africa mass shooting. That is going to be our African story or our first topic for conversation. The issue in relation to Galamsey, we would keep on talking about it. And one person who's also added his voice to the Galamsey issue is the leader and founder of the Movement for Change, Honorable John Allan Kwadwo Chairman Ting, and he has asked government to release anti-Galamsey protesters. He's also brought out a plan I think, I don't know the number, but some number of pointers that he believes that when government employs, or when his administration, or when his government, implements, when he wins the December 7 polls, would end the canker. And so we shall be looking at that as well. EC is not ready to accept audit from a third party. This is coming from Dr. Bosman Asari of the Electoral Commission of Ghana. Very, very strange thing to say, if you ask me. And then finally, electricity water tariffs to go up October 1. So these are the topics that we have tabled for this morning's conversation. Please send me your opinions, your messages in relation to these topics. The text line, WhatsApp line, as you can see on your screens, 055 9919 802 055 9919 802. Let me know what you think on these issues. I'll be so happy to read them out for you. And please employ decorum in your language. No insults. We don't insult you on Pan-African television. So just employ decorum, and I'll read your message for you. I've been joined by Solomon Owusu of the Movement for Change. Solo, good morning.
Good morning, Bless.
Always a delight to have you on a Monday.
And a delight to be on Pan-Africa. This is the only Africa station that is Pan-African. The rest are all foreign-oriented stations. This is Africa
station.
So you have to be proud of your own station.
That's why we always dedicate our first story to another African story.
It's unique. It's not done anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Unique.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Right. So I'm also expecting Ambassador Sampiale of the National Democratic Congress and ASEPA's Mensa Thompson, the Executive Director of ASEPA. He would be here to also share his contributions on these issues. But we are starting the conversation regardless. We are starting with the African story. When you go to the Eastern Cape Province in southeastern South Africa, that is Lucy Kisiki, an unfortunate event has happened. 17 people have been gunned down, 2 homes have been affected, 15 women were killed and 2 men. It's a serious issue. It's a very serious issue there. We understand that some people have also been injured and they are in the hospital fighting for their lives. I was actually monitoring the story yesterday. I think on YouTube I tried to monitor because I knew that it was something that was going to come up for this morning's conversation. It's serious. South Africa, for all that it is, I mean, for its economic prowess, I think it is Africa's second largest economy, only behind Nigeria for that matter. A lot of people leave other African countries and go to South Africa for greener pastures. We remember that a few years ago, even the South African people were protesting the influx of foreigners in their country, and that, sparked some xenophobic attacks on nationals from other countries like Ghana, Nigeria, and people who had gone there, to seek greener pastures. But we all do know that South Africa also has a history. If you look at the things that have been happening, issues in relation to robbery, a few months ago, or was it last year? I think a few months ago, a South African rapper was shot dead. And these are things that have been happening. We remember Lucky Dube as well. Some years ago, he was shot dead. His car was stolen from him. I've forgotten the name of the car, but his car was stolen from him and he was shot dead. So issues in relation to these kind of crimes are very prevalent over there. But like I earlier stated, for all that South Africa is, all the economic, prowess that they carry as a country, it appears that these issues continue to fester. Let me take the initial thoughts of Mr. Solomon Owusu on this subject matter.
Yes, good morning once again, and let me greet all Movement for Change members across the world, particularly those in the northern regions, the 5 northern regions, and OTM voter. My brother Isaac Donde, I'm greeting you together with Toyib and then Jibril and all those working tirelessly. Bless, if you have been to South Africa before, this is so normal. The levels of radicalism amongst black South Africans is amazing. And so when I heard the story, as a matter of fact, the 18th person has died. 1 person was taken to hospital, and this morning he also died. So the number has risen to 18. And it all boils down to their orientation. If you interview the average South African during the World Cup 2010 World Cup, I watched the World Cup, so I spent a considerable amount of time trying to understand the indigents. And when you interview them, it's as though they are still living under apartheid. They do not work what the average South African, and this is not to denigrate them. What the average South African is interested in is chilling. And when they chill and don't have any money, I mean when they enjoy and they don't have any money again, then they accuse the white for leaving them in the state that they find themselves. They don't want to school. So if you look at South Africa as a country, most of those that you see working for them are people coming from Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Botswana, or Botswana. You have Ghanaians and Nigerians. But our brothers from Nigeria also are always fighting with them. So you go to a city like Sandton and it is always a crime scene. So that is the character of South Africa. I have been a victim of the attack before.
Oh.
Yes, that was in 2011. On the street of Pretoria, one fine Sunday morning. You know, they have a Ghanaian joint in South Africa where they sell local food. Oh, and then the way they prepare their fufu, you will love it.
You think it's just like Ghana?
No, it's better than Ghana.
Oh,
yes, the people are just good. So one fine Sunday morning, I said I was walking down the street to go to that shop and buy my fufu, only to be attacked by 4. I mean, I was held at the neck. Oh, I have a mark here. It's on TV. With knife on me, with gun. What were they looking for? They say I should give my rent. All the rent I had on me. But I only had about 50 rent. I should give my phone. Unfortunately, as I was going, I was holding young phone. I left my Android phone at the hotel. So I gave them the rent and I gave them the young phone. But I struggled with them. I realized, hey, I was fooling. They would kill me. So I had a mark here.
Just left.
And then I left everything for them. So when I gave them all those things, there was this negotiation. Whether to kill me so that I will not have the opportunity of reporting, or they should just, and I was very close to that. So finally one of them said, oh, they should leave me. They left me, and interestingly, within just 2 minutes, there was because the police know them, they know that the city of Pretoria is not that safe. Almost every minute or two, police patrols are conducted. So I met the police, and I reported to them. Fortunately, where they left me, they went up. It's an apartment. So the police said, if that's the case, I should follow them, so that they will go and do a soup. I said, how can I follow you? They said, if I don't follow them too, they can't identify those. So I had to. They said, no, I shouldn't worry. They are going with me with full, guns and so on and so forth. I followed them. We went to one of the rooms, and that's where you see junks. People that have taken drugs. And they have covered themselves as if they were there. One of the guys that was facing me, who was holding my neck, the face was so fresh. So when they opened us out, this is the guy. They rounded all of them up. But I had about 3 days to spend. So the police told me that, look, this one, they will send them to court. But because I will not be in South Africa,
it's
finally they will leave them. Yeah. So that is, I'm bringing all this to let you understand the situation with South Africa. As far back as 2022, the UN reported that 27,000, listen, 27,000 murders took place in South Africa. And if you do the mathematics, it means 45 out of 100,000 people are killed in South Africa, were killed in South Africa daily. We have been talking about US not being safe. But even in the US, it is 600,000. You get my point? So, really, they need a massive orientation. And they only do these things to fellow Africans. That is what saddens my heart. You will see a black South African attacking a fellow black person, but worshipping That is not to say that they should go and attack any race. We are all human beings. They have no business whatsoever doing the sort of things that they are doing. In any case, they have all the infrastructure. They have the best of education, everything. It is about time the government redirected its focus on how to reorient the minds of black South Africans, to let them understand that they have gone beyond the period of apartheid. You have been leading or ruling yourself since 1994.
30 years.
30 years. A lot of those that incurred the wrath of apartheid are dead. This must be new South Africa. You have to organize yourself, begin to work hard, make the black race proud, and stop living in the medieval ages, because nobody is going to sympathize and empathize with the old apartheid. You have to come out. We, all of us have gone through colonialism. We were colonized as Africans, Ghanaians. But we are still fighting. Our colonial master didn't even leave us with a sort of infrastructure that they left you. Yes, you have suffered. And mind you, the struggle to deal with apartheid South Africa was not only fought by black South Africans. In fact, most of South Africans, they are fighters. You talk about Nelson Mandela and was Arrow Tambo and co. Some of them were given Ghanaian passports to enable them travel on the pretext of being Ghanaian so that they can continue with the activism. Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia and so on and so forth. So it is time that they reoriented themselves and stop this. There is no justification. I listened to the police chief. Said they don't even know the motive. People are going to celebrate 1 year anniversary of a mother and a daughter who were also murdered in cold blood. Preparing to do that, all of a sudden you have people going to kill people. What is it? So my people in South Africa, whatever affects you affects us. Let's begin to see ourselves as stronger than what the past held for us. The past is past. We are living in the present, where the world is a global village now. We cannot continue to bear grudges. We have to reorient ourselves and then stop some of these things. And when they do that, but it all boils down to weak leadership. Ramaphosa and his government have been so weak. South Africans missed that greatest opportunity when they had Thabo Mbeki. You see, you can accuse Mbeki for all you want, but let me tell you, he would have been the best president if he was allowed. He was trying to put the structures in place that would allow black South Africans to reorient themselves. But the hardcore ANC members would not allow. They will not allow. You talk about, what's the name? This young man. Malema. That time Malema was the youth league president. He was doing the bidding of Zuma.
At the time.
And so, whatever Thabo Mbeki brought on board, they shut it down and made Zuma the president. When Zuma came and was messing up, then Malema decided to go and form his EFF. Throwing everything ajar. So, and that is what brought in Ramaphosa. And the center seemed not to be whole. They should reorganize themselves and build South Africa. And once they build South Africa, it will be good for all of us. I believe that they are still the greatest country on Africa by far in terms of infrastructure.
You have been there, so...
Yeah, I mean, Nigeria comes not even 10% close to South Africa. It is not even close. You can count about 6-7 cities, and it's a world-class city.
Yeah.
If you are walking on the street of Pretoria, you will not see the difference between Pretoria and London, or Pretoria and Netherlands, or Pretoria, any major city. Well planned. You go to Durban, you go to Johannesburg, you go to Bloemfontein. So beautiful. So they should organize themselves, and that is what I was saying this morning.
They should organize themselves. Right. I'm taking your thoughts. Please let me know where you are watching us from. I received a text message, a personal one though, from Brahma. Brahma is watching from the Upper East region of Ghana. I was in the Upper East region, I think a couple of months ago. Beautiful place. Good morning to the people of the Upper East region, from Boko to which other places? Chiana Paga, Yizesi. No, I think Yizesi is in the Northeast region. So, but we have viewers all across
the Timpani, the people of Timpani, they watch you very well.
Binduri. I was
Papa J is watching currently.
I was in Binduri as well. Those of you watching us from Binduri, yes. The Upper East East Regional Capital, Bolgatanga itself. Thank you so much for your time. Those of you watching across the 5 northern regions.
Let me tell you, Alaji Hindu is watching from Tamale.
Good morning, Alaji Hindu, and good morning to the good people of Tamale. We have a very large support base from the 5 northern regions. We do not take your support for granted. Let me know where you are watching us from. Send me a message. That's the text line 055 9919 802 055 9919 802. Send your thoughts. I'll read them in the course of the show. Away from that, we shall be looking at the issue in relation to illegal mining, Galamsey. Anti-Galamsey protesters were rounded up, I think last week Tuesday, when they demonstrated. They were taken to various police cells across the capital. People did not even know which particular cell that their loved ones were placed in. Consequently, I understand that they were quickly processed for court, and all of them have been remanded for 2 weeks. The question is that, I mean, a lot of people have been asking questions that why it's as if this is a rehearsed, trial, because there are judges in different courts, and why have they all agreed on a 2-week remand period? So then it means that something may have gone on. But with Galamsey, again, the founder and leader of the Movement for Change, I think it was 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
No, it was actually yesterday that he commented on the issue and called for the immediate, release of the anti-Galamsey protesters. But let's take a listen to one MPP MP who has stated emphatically and unequivocally that as for the Galamsey there, there's no way they are going to stop it. Let's watch that video, then we'll come back to investigate and discuss it properly. Let's take a watch at the video.
Because he wants us to what? Win. The voice of people is what? The voice of what? God. Okasa Efayemu. And the research that was done as of last week shows that Yetu Abba, we are gaining 18 seats. The national TVs that are here. I am telling you, so Yetu Abba, at the end of August, the MPP was winning 80 more seats. And the NDC paying for our parliament. We are talking all the time. They are well. And until now, so I was crying. Nobody confusing Bana man for yen to Abba. Oh, yeah. Oma said that crying. And now almost confused. Obia, oh yeah, Galamsey, I will sue to Galamsey. Small scale mining, community mining, and find Galamsey, no. And you're different for Togo phone, Burkina before na last month, and this if we for Modiabegu or Fin or Da. Bra. But we are going after them. Me say, the operation we have started this week in the Middle Belt. Because the Ensaka don't know say Obeboya Mayenya Omukrofo no. And you know the Enfa no Mabonte. Ye Kasa Onte. Kwabrani who say we are winning the seats in the mining areas. So they decided to go and import foreigners. No one know buy no man can chop say munko in real no na mo kotu gold o se mo konsuo no na mo kotu na mo refi mo ho ana the whole year inso aye problem da enya 1 month ya na started eye obi na opese anka omo ye na anka ye di speed na anka ya call na anka ya stop Galamsey for na anka ya lose your seat yes stop you omo na yes stop you omo china because there's a difference between mining in the forest as a small scale or community scale, community mining, and there's a difference between mining in the river bodies. Omodia will stop them. Obibia or mining work in someone oye nipa bonini. Yankopon so be triamka. Anyone sifoni ebe triamka. There's a mode efi moko na mututu aboa ne ho NDC for na mode aba be kire say aboa ba enie.
Welcome back. So you heard the member of parliament there. Some very, very, strong words he was spitting out in relation to illegal mining. That the National Democratic Congress had actually brought people from Burkina Faso and Benin to come and muddy the waters. And water issue has not been a problem over the past months. It's just this month that water has become an issue, and so it's the NDC that have orchestrated that. That is a very, very serious thing to say. So let me again with you, Solomon Owusu, let me take your thoughts on this. But let me say a hearty good morning to Asepes Mensa Thompson, who's just joined us. Mensa, good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you're fine, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much to our cherished viewers out there. And I reserve my comment for myself.
Right. Mr. Owusu.
See, I'll start off by saying that the right to vote, according to the Constitution, and Article 42, is a constitutional right, and that people of 18 years and of sound mind are the ones that are supposed to be registered to vote. And in the same way, people of sound mind are the ones that are supposed to be in parliament.
To contest elections, yeah.
And so one of the problems that we have in this country is that we don't apply this sound mind principle critically in allowing people to contest for positions in our country. Dr. Osei, formerly of Psychiatric Hospital, their jobs are not being done. Other than that, at best, this idiot must not be in parliament.
Please.
Idiot is harsh.
Yes, please don't.
Okay, this, you call him honorable. That is my pain. He's supposed to be a medical doctor. He is the chairman of the Select Committee on Health, Parliamentary Select Committee on Health. You have been given, you are campaigning, and you are telling us that because of power, because of votes, if people are doing what is an illegality, you will not stop them today, neither would you stop them tomorrow. So if they would destroy the water, destroy the forest, you don't care. So long as they vote for you, you want it. Is that what someone that is supposed to be an honorable is supposed to behave? He's a complete, you say I shouldn't use it anyway. That is, some of these people, they don't deserve any mercy from anyone. And you go ahead to say that these people have been brought to this country by NDC. So it means you know those that brought them, you know where they are working. And as government, if indeed it's true, why are you not going after them? You see, when you are going out of power, he cannot imagine he waking up on the 7th of January and be told that the new patriotic party is not in power, so that he will not continue to enjoy those lavish lifestyle at your expense and my expense. They get cheap money. And that is what is getting him crazy. He cannot for a moment believe that he is going out of power. And by now he has been promised, he has been assured of a ministerial position. Mind you, he is the coordinator for the Baume's campaign in Ashanti and the Middle Belt. So surely he would have been promised a ministerial position. And so he's putting himself already in that position to know how much he can gather from the state. And for him, even if it will take killing or destroying the entire country, he doesn't care. And it is not him alone. You listen to, what's the name? Another prayer in Parliament. What was he saying? He said the water, the color of the water during the NDC time was deeper than today. So they have done well. And I've gone to several platforms with NPP communicators, and their position on this matter is that because election is coming, they will never campaign against illegal mining or irresponsible mining for them to lose votes. And who told him that they are winning in any mining areas? Who told him that? If you go to the mining areas, go to Takwa, the total number of people who are involved in Galamsey and even irresponsible mining are not 10% of the population. Majority of the people are into farming and buying and selling. So you not dealing with Galamsey will not change anything. The people are feeling the heat in the economy. As we speak, this morning, it has been announced that electricity is going up by 3.02%, water by 1.86 or 1.02%, and it is starting tomorrow. Look at our circumstance, the hardship levels, and in spite of it, this you are increasing these utilities, and you think anybody will go and vote for you. It's not about your propaganda. It's about the work that has to be done. It is against this background that my candidate yesterday held a press conference to first of all disagree with the judiciary in the way and manner they are handling the Democracy Hub protesters. That under our constitution, not even our constitution, it's a Supreme Court case that they have determined that all cases are bailable. And this case is a misdemeanor. So why do you keep or hold people in custody on a misdemeanor? It all tells you, or it follows through what are you a free, the voice that you just played. The government is looking at an opportunity to divert minds from the core issue of Galamsey, so that every day you and I will go on various platforms and go and discuss the Democracy Hub protesters who are behind bars and not the Galamsey issues. So clearly, a matter that should never have happened, they should never have been taken to court, they are now on remand. And the Attorney General is promising that he himself will handle this matter and is going to deal with them as well. He is forgetting that today you are in power, tomorrow you will be in opposition. And if the same measure is used on you, whether you will be happy. This whole business of Galamsey, bless, is something that is done by people in authority. The day President Akufo-Addo, together with Mahmoud Bawumia and his appointees, will say we have stopped Galamsey, we ourselves have stopped our involvement in Galamsey, Galamsey will be a thing of the past. Because it's not done in secrecy. It's something that is done in the open. Everyone knows, though, if you like go to various communities that Galamsey takes place. Ask the taxi drivers that you meet. They will mention all the names of those that are behind it. And they will mention the politicians. If not the politicians, the pastors. If not the pastors, the chiefs. But it is the politician that has the ultimate responsibility. People in power. Because if for nothing at all, is it not the president who is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces?
Yes, yes.
Is it not the vice president who is the chair of the police council?
Yes.
Is it not these two institutions that are supposed to offer that security? The national security minister is appointed by the president. Is that not the case? So if nothing is happening, and you want to take the president out, you want to take the vice president out, then you must be living in a fool's paradise. They are the ones doing it. And we have been told by Lister Matthias that yes, together with the president, they ship gold out of this country. We have not addressed our minds to the fact that it took the vice president to come out with what you call gold for oil. Why was he going to get the gold? Because all the big mining companies, they have what we call off-takers agreements with the people that they sell gold to. So how was the vice president going to get gold to be exchanging for oil? All these come from the irresponsible mining that takes place. The government, in its bid to formalize Galamsey, brought in what we call community mining. That community mining is a business that has been created by this government for its party members and people in authority. They are the ones. You go to my community. How many of them, even if you combine the entire resources of the community, you can't buy backhoe. But yet they have excavators and all sort of things. Look at the color of the water. This is what we are discussing on your screen. And you are telling us that we should continue. So, my candidate believes they have to be left off the hook, the demonstrators. Secondly, policy makers who are involved in Galamsey must immediately desist. And that given the opportunity come 2025, if he becomes the president, which we surely believe he will be the president of the land, he will not even engage himself in Galamsey for any of his appointees to even think. The mere fact that you can think of it is even a problem under Alan's administration. You can't think about it. Again, punitive actions will be instituted by Alan's administration. There will be a lifetime imprisonment for engaging in Galamsey on water bodies and in the forest. Does it not surprise you that we have a president that caused an LI to be passed, 2462, that allows mining to take place in our forest? Because there was a supposed Akonta mining that had illegally entered the town of the Miro forest, who was being bashed left, right, center, and to regularize it, the president then causes an LI to be passed to form or regularize mining in forest areas. Alan says that bogus LI will be reversed first day in office. Now, he will call all licenses given the opportunity as a president. He will suspend all operations for a year. And I heard people in the mining areas saying that, oh, when you do that, the economy will collapse. Do you know the cost implication of what we are going through now? Cancer takes 15 years for it to show itself. We are giving birth to babies with 4 ears, 5 noses, 10 eyes, 2 heads, and so on and so forth. That is all your concern. That small coins an individual is getting, that person is not being spending the money in this country, but rather investing in the economies of UK, Middle East, America, and so on. That is your concern. Alan says suspension for 1 year so that we audit the entire sector. Now, whether we like it or not, you have youth groups who have acquired skill in mining. So you cannot just dispense them. What Alan is saying is that put all these youth into groups. Let them go through formal education in mining. Then after that, license all of them, and you as a state give them the concession yourself, together with the responsible equipment and top-notch management who would manage them for them not to be doing irresponsible mining. Now he's saying that our laws are so weak in dealing with the issues of illegal and irresponsible mining that he will review the existing laws to make it conform to the realities of today. Beyond that, it is people in authority who have money who are causing this youth to go into Galamsey. And so what Allah says is that if I offer this youth alternative livelihood, will they continue to be in the bushes? So he is creating the avenue. First of all, he is bringing in the Traders Bank, which will give loans to young ones that want to enter into business. The business resource centers will be available to train people on how to develop business plan, to access facility from Ghana Enterprise Agency so that they can do business on their own. He is also telling the young ones that are finishing secondary schools that there will be mandatory 1 year apprenticeship for you to learn a skill, for you to be employable. This amongst a lot of measures. Now, if you read Article 2576 of our Constitution, I don't know how the framers of the Constitution arrived at that. Maybe they were thinking that we will have responsible people as presidents. So they entrusted all the mineral resources into the hands of one person. One person, if the person go and sleep with someone and the woman is able to change the person's mind, the next day he will come and give everything to somebody. So our mineral resources and Article 2576 has been given to one person, which is the president.
Not entirely. It is
held in trust.
So he is holding it in trust, depending on his decision.
He's a custodian, and that's why all mineral rights, to some extent, have to go to Parliament for ratification. The president only holds it in trust.
Fantastic. So Alan is saying that it is even not right to hold it in trust one person. That person can have other alternatives. So he would amend the constitution and make traditional authorities co-trustees. Because does it make sense to you that your village chief or authorities are there? All of a sudden, licenses are given to individuals and they come to your village and say, we have been given license from Accra to come and mine here. And you have no other option than to allow them. The authorities must agree that indeed mining has to take place here. Hey, look, the mere fact that you have mineral resources beneath the earth does not mean you have to mine. If you go to China, they have a lot of mineral resources. If you go to the United States of America, they have a lot of crude. Yet they buy.
Yeah.
You came to meet mineral resources beneath the earth. You think our forebears, they were stupid not to have mined all of it? Or not to have engaged in the kind of recklessness that is going on. But they thought of us. We were not born. They thought of us that one day we will come. In the same way, we must think about the unborn generation and our young ones, and not to destroy the water that we are having today. So Alan says chiefs will be made trustees. So when you combine all these things, then you are getting closer to the resolution of the matter. And that was what engineered the press conference. I want to thank Mr. Alan Chamante for letting matters of the state very important to him. In fact, the issue of Galamsey is one issue that we can stop talking about everything and just concentrate on it. Because it is an existential threat. We are going to die. And I heard people say, why are they demonstrating in Accra? Anyway, on the 11th of November, we will enter the bush. That one is an assurance. We and the Galamseyers, either they kill us or we kill them. But I can assure them that they will die. We will not die. But doing demonstrations in Accra is not out of place. Yeah. Because all the policy makers and those that are funding the Galamsey activities are in Accra, particularly the Julobi House. Yes, but we deal with them.
But I mean, I don't even understand why that should be a problem. The people hold demonstration. Ghanaians hold demonstration in UK.
No, when they want to divert minds. You see?
I guess the government here in Ghana, Ghanaians in the UK, US. Let me do a few messages. Greetings from Chiana. God bless you, folks. You are doing a good job. Kupo Francis from Chiana in the Upper East region. Thank you, Kupo. Good morning, bless. Akufo-Addo and his MPP government is a wasted years. Ghanaians wasted their votes on this government, and now we are reaping what we sow. The president has disappointed Ghanaians and himself. We have learnt our lessons and never again. MPP Sami in Abenta. Thank you, Sami, for your message. Good morning, I'm Louise Ayamboya from Upper East, Balungu. We cannot stop illegal Galamsey because those who claim to be our leaders are the sponsors of the mining. Besides, if Akufo-Addo doesn't want Ghanaians to mine, then he should stop the Chinese, come to the Upper East and go to the Tongo area and see and stop accusing NDC. All right, thank you for your message. Okay. This one here says, good morning, bless. My name is Isaac from Media. Please, the MP I learned is a medical officer, also on a health committee in Parliament, a coordinator for Dr. Baumia's campaign team. I'm so sorry that the MP and more so someone who spent 7 years in school to become a medical officer to make such blanket statements. Has Otumfuo not spoken about Galamsey? Listen to another on prayer too. What at all is making these people so arrogant? All right, thank you for your message. Good morning, bless, and the panelists. It's very painful to listen to people like these branded as honorables and leaders insulting their followers. Musa from Tamale Kaula. Trust all of you are doing fine. Alaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. I call on the Ghana Medical Association to take serious action against Dr. Afriyie for their irresponsible and shameful comments. We should not forget the fact that Dr. Afriyie is a chairman of the Select Committee for Health in Parliament and is a medical doctor for God's sake. So I expect him to know better. This is a slap slap and an insult to Ghanaians. Mr. Mekuduka, Deputy Minister of Lands and a Member of Parliament, also made same irresponsible comments and nothing happened. All right. Thank you so much, Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm, and thank you so much for always tuning into Pan-African TV. Good morning to Stephen Peng doing the watching from Upper West in WAP. Stephen Peng, good morning to you, and many thanks for watching. Good morning, Bless. Okay, I think I've already done this message, but on Facebook though, I've received a lot of messages. There are scores of you doing the watching. This one here says, good morning, Bless. I'm watching you from South Africa. Thank you so much, and good morning to the people of South Africa. MPP will never take responsibility for anything, so now our water bodies have been polluted just in 1 month due to Togolese being brought in by NDC. This reckless man is not fit to be a member of parliament. Good morning to you, Mr. Solomon Owusu. You're a member of the Lens platform in the Volta region. Okay, Bless. If you have a government in power that sits down for an opposition party to import foreigners into the country to destroy forests and water bodies, then this uncultured MP should find a word to describe himself, because I'm here to find one for him. I think we are not angry enough. This one came from Nimensa. Thank you, Nimensa. So fire and Sako. So this man is an MP. How did we get here? This man has to be arrested and show the people that NDC brought into the country. Okay, Aaron Bebe Sukura says, so NDC brought people from Burkina and Togo and give them excavators to mine. So the government should arrest them and let Ghanaians and the whole world know. All right, thank you. Okay, in Mabia Damba says, I'm watching you live from Paris in France. All right, thank you so much. Emmanuel Bogo says, I'm watching you from South Africa, Free State to be precise. Okay, Elvis Nanaya Berma says, vote for the new force. Sophia in Sako says, Sophia is watching from Tema. Thank you, Sophia, and good morning to the people of Tema. Alhaji Haruna Shaiman says, bless, Ghana is in serious trouble. I agree. Slide the Senior says, Ghanaians should vote for change. Vote John Mahama in the NDC and live long. Reject the lies of Dr. Baumia and the MPP. They are failures. All right. Charles Frost says, I'm watching you from Oyarifa. Voting for MPP is like voting for Ghana to become a wasteland in Africa. I'll do this final one and then I'll come to Mensa Thompson. Billy Jerry says, good morning, host. My special greetings to the indefatigable and vociferous Solomon Owusu. In fact, the only leader to combat the Galamsey menace now and going forward is His Excellency Alan Kojo Chemanteng with a GTP agenda. Nana Obi says, it's environmental regulations. It needs to be enforced. Teach the mining folks the best practice. These are some of your messages. Keep them coming in the course of the show. I'll do well to read them. Somebody was actually complaining that the NDC panelist had not was not present, but Ambassador Sampiale is here finally. Ambassador, good morning. It's a Monday morning. I understand the traffic situation, and so yes.
When you called me, you know where I was.
Yes, coming all the way from, you know, yeah. But it's great to have you on the show.
Great to have great minds like Thompson and Solo, the man or the woman.
Hey, Ambassador.
Mr. Thompson, I think
I'll get you on Saturday.
I think you watched, you heard the video, the utterances that the man made. You have also been vehemently opposed to the arrest of these protesters, in as much as, I mean, people are labeling it as a politically motivated protest. But even if it is, are the reasons not, germane reasons for which a protest should be had? Mr. Thompson.
Well, thank you very much. A very good morning once again, and especially to His Excellency. I haven't seen him in a while. His Excellency, a very good morning to you. And my cherished viewers, I'm going to try as much as possible to restrain myself this morning after listening to this tape.
Please strive for me.
Yes, my appetite has been destroyed. But I'm going to try my best, because it's a Monday morning. People are now starting their week. They want to start their week on a very good note. Other than that, the things I would have told this guy, maybe if he watches the video, he will never forget for the rest of his life. To have the effrontery to look into our faces and tell us this rubbish. And to think that we have to tolerate this for another 2 months. I just can't wait. But let me start on a very good note, because I think there are some positive things that happened over the weekend at the GJA award ceremony. And I want to commend my brother Abel Jumfuo, the GJA president, for showing leadership at the GJA awards over the weekend and telling the president to his face that, Mr. President, you are messing up. And for adding his voice to the calls to free these protesters. Over the weekend, I went to the Cantonment's police station to visit some of the protesters. I saw Felicity Nelson, and it was extremely bizarre, to say the least, that people should endure such captivity, and their only crime is that they stood up for their country. They stood up against people destroying our water bodies, causing problems in our villages, destroying the water sources, destroying our environment. That is their only crime, that the state will expose them to this high-handedness. I also want to commend His Excellency John Mahama. I think his voice was very, very loud over the weekend, also calling for the release of the protesters and condemning the arrests and their incarceration as well. I'm also aware that His Excellency Lordina Mahama has, since the arrest of these people, behind the scenes have been working assiduously to provide support and solidarity and some very necessary interventions for these protesters. Mama Lordina, we say a very good morning to you, and thank you so much for showing leadership as well. And I want to thank so many well-meaning Ghanaians who have expressed their utter disgust, especially our compatriots outside the country who over the week also assembled at the U.S. General Assembly, to demonstrate against such reckless conduct by the president, who has been touted as a human rights lawyer, and his administration have experienced such blatant violations of human rights at unthinkable levels. All of us have been victims of such high-handedness, of his blatant penchant, to use the law against people who have dissenting opinions. And so I had very encouraging words over the weekend when I visited these free Galamsey protesters, at the cells. And I only told them one thing, that their names shall be consecrated in the history of this country, and that they've now matured as an activist. You cannot be an activist and not endure such high-handedness. It's always the penchant for politicians to use the laws, against people who come out like this. And so I think that they are going to come out very stronger. And this government should prepare, because you are keeping them for only 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you cannot keep them no more. And after 2 weeks, when these people come, I think the next actions that is going to follow for the next 2 months, this government should be ready. They will hear from the young people of this country, and they will know that indeed we are not cowards. It is a respect for the stability of this country and for our democracy, and our innate admiration of the strategic role Ghana plays in the stability of the sub-region. And that's why Ghanaians have endured their foolishness for a very long time. But the next few months before they exit power, they are going to smell really, really strongly the anger and wrath of the young people of this country, and they shall know, and they will never forget. And maybe in the next 100 years, if they have the opportunity to ruin this country again, they will use power wisely. But this is, the consequences of, reckless leadership. And you have a chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health look into our faces and tell us that somebody has gone to bring foreigners into this country. Meanwhile, he's the chairman of Parliamentary Select Committee on Health. He has all the powers as a chairman of a committee of parliament to set up a committee to even command security agencies to go and arrest these people and prosecute them. He has all the powers, but he chose to foolishly come and stand in front of you and I.
Beg you. Decorum.
Please. When the guy is foolish, you see,
I'm being decorous, my brother. You see, I'm being decorous, because if I'm not being decorous, the kind of words I'll use on this guy. But I mean, how on earth did we get here? And that he's looking into our faces in the midst of such blatant destruction of our forests, of our water bodies, that they are not going to stop the money, that because of their election, that somebody wants them to lose an election. So they want them to stop the mining in the mining areas. The people doing the Galamsey, are they from the mining areas? Is it not their ministers who are moving from Accra to those areas to go and mine Galamsey? How does the people in those mining areas benefit from such destruction of their water bodies, that you think they are going to vote for you, and for that matter you will stop this menace? Can you imagine, my brother? Can you imagine? And we are waiting for Parliament to open. We'll file a petition. We'll petition the Speaker about this Speaker. He cannot continue to remain the chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health. He must be removed. He's an idiot. He's a dimwit. What kind of nonsense is this? And to think that as we speak today, utilities, water is being increased because the cost of production of Ghana Water Company has gone high, exorbitantly high, because of the high pollution. So now they have to spend more to clean the water and make it usable for us. So you and I are going to pay more because of this man's foolishness. And he has the guts to come and tell us this nonsense this early morning.
Well,
my brother, I rest here.
Right. Thank you so much. It appears Mensa is very angry on this particular issue, and of course, understandably so. Samuel Evansota says, I'm surprised people are surprised about the statement of Dr. Efie, because that is the position of the MPP and Akufo-Addo. Watching you live from Birmingham. Thank you, and good morning to the people of Birmingham. Sanusi Muhammad says, hello, I'm watching you from Philly in the USA. Thank you so much for your message. And this one here says that MPP leaders are all liars. They cannot speak the truth to Ghanaians. All right, thank you for your message. This one here says, bless Ghana is in serious trouble. I think I've already attended to that message. But let me go on to WhatsApp. There are some of your messages here which I'd want to quickly look at before Ambassador Sampiali also shares his thoughts with us on this issue. Good morning, bless. Honorable Dr. Paul, what's actually wrong with this government? Well, that's a question that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his charges would be best, placed to answer. Good morning to you guys. Please, the best way to stop Galamsey is to vote MPP and NDC out of power. They are all responsible for it. All right. Good morning, host and your panelist. I want Mr. Solomon's phone number. I am from Upper West Region in Wa. Okay. Good morning to you and your panelist. Bless. We actually own a duty to push harder and harder to get out this so-called MPP vampires out of power. Else we continue to suffer. This one from Nelson Mandela, Asante Achem South, Sabo. Okay, thank you for your message. This one here also, I think, okay, I've already addressed this one. Bang Bang of Baguri Wa Upper West Region of Ghana, watching the program. I want to believe I've pronounced your name right. Bang Bang of Baguri in the upper West Region. Well, good morning to the people of Upper West. And Chairman Bunas, a hearty good morning to you. I trust you are doing well. This one I think I have already read. Good morning, bless. An ardent listener of this show, but you don't read my messages. Why? Anyways, going forward, I think this issue of Galamsey should be looked at from a different angle by focusing on political financiers and nomination forms that are being sold to political aspirants at exorbitant prices. How can you sell a nomination form at 50,000 Ghana cedis, 60, 90,000 and so on to MPs and flag bearers? Where do you expect that money to come from? Definitely from Galamsey. William from Kofori Dia. Thank you, William, and I have read your message today. Bless, good morning. The arrogance of the MPP party is getting out of hand. Well, All right, thank you for sharing that opinion with us. Please do not call. Still, your messages are coming in. I'm receiving a number of them. Good. The Ghanaians watching you from Hohwe. Okay, thank you. Good morning to the people of Hohwe. This one here says, hello, blessed and panel. Majority of Ghanaian intellectuals and all stakeholders of Ghana must not be oblivious of the fact that of this adage, good name is indeed better than riches. Hence, it's high time for the noble Ghanaian patriots to boldly conduct themselves as citizens rather than spectators, for fear of the partisan judiciary and security personnel's unethical push towards citizens of Ghana today. Ghanaians need to remember the following. I think you are just repeating that side, which I already have read. Good morning, Pan-African TV. I'm Samadu from Upper East Region, Zebila. To be precise, I like and always admire the way Solomon Owusu systematically deals with the issues facing our country. This government is a mess and should be a deterrent to Ghanaians to never vote for them again. Okay. I'll read this final one and come to Ambassador Sampiale. Bless. Good morning. I'm John Bauer from Obuasi. The tradition of MPP party will never change because it is from their forefathers, the UP tradition. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for your message. Still, you can keep them coming. I'll read the next round before we get into our next topic for conversation. But Ambassador Sampi Yale is here. He is the president of the National Democratic Congress's Professionals Forum and a former High Commissioner to the Republic of India. Ambassador, let me hear your thoughts on. I think the video was played before you came in.
I saw it.
You saw it, right? Your thoughts.
Good morning. Let me say good morning to my brother and comrade Kosi Pratt, wherever he is. I know that God is with him, and we are all praying for him. I cannot wait to see him on another General with Solo, so that I can demolish Solo. Also to my own nephew, KOD, I always pray for him, that God should guide his path in this Herculean tax he has put on that young man. He needs our prayer. I am not in the GTP. I still wear the mask. But the issue is that, like I always say, if you see a beautiful flower in your neighbor's garden, you don't throw stones at it. But you get up in the morning and you admire it. And I know God had his own way of putting that young man at this particular place at this particular time. Bless. I was almost getting angry with you when you were trying to stop Mensah Thompson and his usage of words. I was very angry with you for the first time because you do not seem to appreciate the problem we are facing. I know you were being fair as a journalist,
yes,
to be decorous on your program,
yes,
but what we are dealing with is criminal destruction of our world, criminal destruction of our country. Bless, didn't you learn that water is life? Didn't you know that? And fella said, don't go to war with water. We are not dealing with some small problem at a small corner anywhere. We are dealing with the total destruction of our water bodies. And I'm wondering, when all the water bodies have died, how Ghana as a country can survive. And I give you 5 years. Most of our water bodies, at the rate of pollution now, will be turned into fields. To be filled up where children can play football. Mark my words. Because Solo, if you know Beposo,
yes,
I saw you there the other time.
Yes, yes.
You see, that river is the source of living for the people of Central Western and Pra, Ashanti.
Yes.
And if it is that polluted and you are not worried about it, then you must be a devil incarnate. Bless. We are dealing with mad men who have decided to place money over and above humanity. That is what we are dealing with. And you see, those of us who read literature, we have so many ways of describing who a person is. You can describe a person from the way he dresses. You can describe a person from the way his car look like. I mean, if you enter a person's car, you can, and it's so dirty, you know that person is reckless. Right? And sometimes we also know a person from what he says mostly. You know, anytime Solo speaks, he gets new members to the GTP. It means that he's saying something which is admirable by people. Not so. But if you have Napo, these things we are talking about, the same language, the same terminology, the same words have been used by the running mate of the NPP. I don't want you to forget that episode. Yeah. He himself using the same words. Few days after that, Santihini had congratulated the Ghana Bar Association on the position they are taking against Galamsey. You remember that? Yes. In Kumasi KNUST, that Santihini Otufo had said he congratulates the Ghana Bar Association on their bold stand on the Galamsey menace. Then we have his so-called niece, a nephew. His so-called nephew, Napo, is that not what they're supposed to be? Come up and say, we will stop. When Asantini is saying we will stop it, he said, we will stop. And then we have this idiot, a madman of a doctor. Mad man of a doctor. I mean, the speaker should refer him immediately to the psychiatrist to check his mind. Very important. So, bad words. That man needs a psychiatric evaluation. Because if you are a doctor, you have a means of communicating. If you are a lawyer, you have a means of communicating, isn't it? A doctor does not talk on issues that would destroy people's health. At best, they tell you how to protect yourself from malaria and all those things. Dr. Efie Ayu, you have followed NPP. He was the leader of the AFAC.
Yeah.
Right? You didn't get anything. You think by saying that Ghanaians are fools, we should praise you for destroying the environment is what will get you the Minister of Health? No way.
You will be a shadow minister of health.
Never. I am praying that the people in his constituency are no more going to be the slaves of identity and ideology, and they will vote him out because he is a person who is determined to kill Ghanaians. Chief, what we are dealing with is large amounts of zinc, mercury, cyanide in our water bodies. In our days, when I was the Deputy Minister for Environment, one of the things that we prohibited mostly was the mines spilling a gallon of their mine water into any water body. Today we have you guys, I'm sure he himself is a Galamsey kingpin. Today we have people like him who the taxpayers' money is spent on. I regret that we spent our money to educate such an idiot. I regret that we spent our taxpayers' money to educate him to become a doctor. Hey, Chief, I am a native between Ankobra and Pra. And you go to Shama, look at the volumes of seawater. And if the seawater is polluted, it means that it has received large amount of polluted water. Have you seen the Shama water body, a seafront? So it means that all the water bodies, the sea, up to about 10 meters is polluted, and therefore no small fish can come there. And the big fishes in the hot season, they come down to lay their eggs. Are you blessed? Are you envisaging what will befall on Ghana? It is for this reason that the whole United Nations have laws against pollution of water. And that even in wars, if you pollute water, you will be charged with war crimes. Akufo-Addo and all his ministers would be charged one day with war crimes for allowing our water bodies to be polluted that way. When you talk, then there's, oh, Koku Buahene, Dr. Obin. Nonsense. Big nonsense. Koku Buahene, what he said, did NDC win power? He said if NDC comes to power, isn't it what conditional? But NDC didn't come to power. If you have a campaign where I see wound to me, moving from village to village, asking people to vote for MPP, you know what? And you know why he's doing that? He's doing that to protect himself. He's doing that to protect himself because he knows that if the government is changed, he will not be allowed to do this nonsense to the Republic of Ghana. And look at how he's campaigning. Bawumia says if you have a Ghana card, you go to university free. That is the message. Bless. I am asking God, praying this morning that God, you put us on this land. Once upon a time, it was called the Gold Coast. And people came here to, see what they can do with us. But even then, have you read that the white man destroyed our environment? The white man had laws that protected forest reserves. Not so. Not so. And you have a president, so-called president, who signs an LI saying that I have removed the regulations against mining in forest reserves. After the economic ruin, decay of the social infrastructure, state capture, now you have no shame, you and your people, destroying our livelihood, the air we breathe and the water we drink. Did you see the Kintapufo?
Yes, it's 10, bro.
Have you seen Yeji? That big river Yeji. And Yeji connects to the Volta River. So that link is also going to be polluted. Once Yeji is polluted, Akosombo will also be polluted. And you said, bless, that we should use Shakespearean English to describe them. Bless.
But that's a Shakespearean English.
Are you saying that we should use the flowery language on them? NPP is a disaster. If you have a campaign being led by Mrekuduka and this idiot of a doctor and what that other one, Kwame Nkrumah, what's the name? Napo and Bawumia. Can you imagine, Bless? Can you imagine? Solo, can you imagine? You wake up in the morning, Napo is the vice president of this country. Can you imagine it?
Vice President Napo.
And you see, those who God will kill will first be made mad. Now we have turned our political campaign into dancing competition.
Yeah.
Look at where we are. No, I'm very serious. Look at where we are as a country. Today, we don't even have sports stadium.
Yeah, no.
And you see, Ghana Bar Association spoke against Akufo-Addo and he got angry. Ghana Journalists Association, they have spoken against it. He's gotten angry. Ghana Medical Association, they have also joined the TUC call, isn't it? Yeah. So who is with Akufo-Addo now? Apart from a free AIU and NAPO and those things. What hurts me is that 2 crimes have been committed. One is Galamsey. One is demonstration infractions. Right? And as a country, we glorify the destruction of our environment to the extent that the president, Akunta mining is not doing any illegal mining, and then they will clap for him. Young people demonstrate to tell you, Mr. President, what you and your people are doing is not correct. You arrest them, and what have they been arrested for? Destroying MPP flags. Bless, you are in the media. Have you seen any property of say that was destroyed? Apart from NPP flags. In any case, who gave the NPP the right to put their flags at all our intersections? Who gave them the right to do that? And if because they destroyed the flags, they are being jailed, are being prosecuted. What about those who are trying to deface Muhammad's billboard at Tema, your constituency, yeah, Tema? They brought Muhammad, including the mayor. What have you done to him? For how long can we carry this injustice? For how long? And we have young people. Every time I open my television and I see young people who have been given 20 cities, 200 cities, isn't it? I go to programs with them. Anytime we close, you see them giving money, 200 to people. Do they think they can buy our conscience? This is the land of our birth. We will not, I am pained.
I can see that.
I am pained.
I can see that.
That the water bodies my grandmother, my great-grandmother used when we were going to the farm in the morning, we don't carry water there.
Yeah.
You understand? When you reach the stream, the Hin, between Abram the Barracks and St. Mary's, there's a beautiful bridge there. Oh, in Solo, it's called the Hin.
Yes.
So when we get to Asaka and the rest, your grandmother, you carry only the pan, then he will use something. That's the water we're going to drink. And my uncle would have made a trap. By all means, by lunchtime, you are going to get a tilapia. Is it tilapia? No, not tilapia.
Eel? An eel? A drain, yeah.
Mudfish.
Mudfish or
so
eel.
by lunchtime, the mudfish, my uncle will get it. And we cook our cassava and eat. Today, my people cannot drink from that water.
The water is not even there for them to even drink.
Yeah.
And so you say what? I should have Shakespearean English in describing them? Chief, we are not angry enough. I'm sad that we have made this issue political. Last time I told you here on a program that in Ghana now, criminals, when they are caught, all they need to do is to politicize the issue. And they go scot-free. You are the youth. As for us, we are going. But you are the youth. If you will put your political parties over and above Ghana, God will punish you.
Right.
If you, the youth of this country, will put your political parties over and above Ghana, Ghana, who have suffered the blood of Sergeant Ajete,
Corporal Atipo
and the rest,
Private Odate. Yeah.
Ghana, who suffered that, is going to be sacrificed for Wuntumi's gold a 3 years madness, Napo stupidity, God will punish you.
Right, thank you very much, Ambassador Sampiale. I'll do some more messages. Good morning, Pan-African TV. I'm Kaiser from Techiman. Please tell Solomon that we, the youth of New Age Movement in Techiman, will be very pleased if he can come and give us a talk. Okay. Koku, I'm Divine, watching you live from the Oti region in Kwenta. Thank you. Phoenix from Sandema in the Upper East. Thank you, Phoenix, and good morning once again to the people of the Upper East region. I'm Gideon, watching you from Navrongo. Thank you, Gideon. Please greet Mr. Sulu for me. Latif from Tamale. Thank you, Latif. MPP and NDC have nothing good to offer Ghana. Only Alan can save Ghana from this mess made by the MPP and NDC. Kizito Kwesi Ayepa from Takrade. Ghana will rise again. My name is Hamidu Kadiri, watching you from Bolgatanga, and Mr. Alan Cash has chosen QOD as his running mate. So the youth must rally behind these two gentlemen. Okay, Babang Moses, I need Mr. Solomon Owusu's number. I'm texting from Wa West. Okay, Daniel Jomeku, I'm watching you live from Laura in the Upper West region. I love you, Pan-African TV. Of course, we love you too. Talking about illegal mining, if the government can put a ban on all politicians from mining, could be a step that can help in fighting the menace. I'm Ralph, watching you from Boko in the Upper East region. Right, good morning. My name is John Bauer from Obuasi. The tradition of the MPP party will never change. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Pan-African TV. I am Samadu from Upper East, Zebila to be precise. I like and always admire the way Owusu systematically deals with the issue. Thank you so much for your message. Good morning to you. You didn't tell me your name and where you're texting from. Good morning, Bless. I'm not happy with you this morning. Someone insulted, someone called the MP as an idiot, and you're working against him. Right. Good morning, Pan-Africa TV. I'm watching you live from Bono East region. All the best. Thank you. Good morning, host. I follow Solomon on different platforms and he speaks truth to power. These are the people we want in Ghana. Morning, host. Please allow your guests to use the hard words on our leaders. By so doing, they will know that we are angry. Okay, I've heard you. I'm disappointed in those listening to the MP, Mujib Rahman from Wa in the Upper West region. Thank you, Mujib. If intruders and terrorists can pass through our borders to destroy our lands and water bodies, then the Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Army, and all the security services are useless, and Ghana is not safe. From Inshiraba, thank you. Inshiraba, it is unfortunate such comments is coming from a member of parliament. However, his comments represent the position of the MPP. Honorable Alassane Isaku, Assemblyman, Nimange Electoral Area in Bole. Thank you. Good morning to the people of Bole. Thank you so much for always doing the watching. Please bless. I want to know our leaders, do they undergo any mental checkouts before they contest the elections? Please help me to understand.
The Constitution requires that, isn't it? That you have signed mind.
Sound mind, yeah.
should test their minds.
Yeah. Awuni from Bolga. Hi, Bless and Pan-African TV. Dr. Ayu certificate should be recalled. Bless. See, GMA has called for a ban on Galamsey, and a member of GMA making these statements against the association statement. The GMA should make a statement on this issue. Bless. Good morning. The language of your panelists about this government is not disrespectful. All right. Tamale Abalite from Tamale. Thank you, Abalite, for your message. Good morning, Pan-African TV. The less we say about the MPP, the better. God will reward them and their children with, hey, I beg you, I can't read the rest. Lalapa from Upper West region. Thank you, Lalapa, for your message. There are a number of messages that we are receiving this morning in relation to this Galamsey issue. Thomas Dibu says we are doing a good job. Greets my father for me. I mean, Ambassador Sampiale, he's a true Ghanaian. He's not like those people who don't know that there is tomorrow. My name is Thomas Dipu. All right, thank you, Thomas, for your message. Good morning, Pan-African TV. I'm watching you from Akokwaso. I go by the name Stone Z. Stone Z, good morning, and thank you for watching. No journalist in Ghana should pretend to be neutral about the ills of our nation from today, 30th September 2024, else they stand to be suspects of the ills in Ghana. I've heard you. This one here says that, good morning, I'm watching you live from Accra, Wija, Block Factory. My name is Sir Kenya. Sir Kenya, good morning, and thank you. Good morning to the people of Block Factory as well on the Malam Kaswa stretch. Right. Hi, bless. I'm a lecturer and I would like to join the NDC Professionals Forum. Okay, Ambassador Sampiale would give you the details as to how to join. It's true the world has changed, but the NPP government has made it too difficult for Ghanaians as compared to our neighboring countries. I'm Saul from Kumasi. Thank you, Saul, and good morning to the people of the Ashanti region. Good morning, blessed. The Nana Baumia MPP is now trying to be a little bit truthful by telling us that they are doing the Galamsey, so they cannot fight it. But JDM clamping down on the kingpins is one of our solutions. Musa from Tamale, thank you, Musa, for your message. And let me do this final one. I'm sorry I can't read all. There are so many of them, but I'll try in the next round to read as many as I can. Please tell Mr. Solomon to campaign well for them to save our mother Ghana. Williams from Kufuridia. Thank you, Williams, for your message. Nelson from Ho, I see you. You're asking of the whereabouts of Kweku Baku. I'm baffled at his silence when all these are happening. He should find his voice as he was doing in the past. Okay, thank you for your messages. Let's
No, before you leave, when a lawyer does anything, misconduct himself, the Ghana Legal Council, General Legal Council calls them to the disciplinary committee.
Yes.
I am calling on the Ghana Medical
Association, the GMA,
to immediately
Not even the Medical and Dental Council. They are the regulatory body. They must quickly withdraw this guy's license.
First he has to appear before the council.
Yes, the Medical and Dental Competition Committee.
Our petition that he has to do together. If you have a doctor who is holding cyanide and mercury in his hand, he could be a very dangerous doctor.
Yes.
So they should take note of that.
Yeah, they should just withdraw his license.
Belated birthday, bless. My godfather said it all because Galamsey is killing Wasa Eben, his godson from Prestia in Takrady. Thank you, Eben, and the good people of Prestia. Now we just have a 9:45. Let's look at what would be our final topic because we do not have so much time. Some 3 minutes each would be okay on this final topic for conversation. The fact that tomorrow, October 1, we are going to see a hike in the prices of water and electricity. These are two things that are, rudimentary, very basic in our homes. We need them to survive. But it appears that if you look at the increment over the since January, it's been so much. And you buy prepaid, you do not know, you are using just a fan and a light, you still have to buy. You buy so much. It's a real issue. Mr. Usu.
Yes, it tells you that the economy has been mismanaged. If you look at the reasons cited for this increment, it's purely the exchange rate depreciation. But whereas this government, the PURC is saying that our CD is falling, the Bank of Ghana is saying our CD is rather strong, and so they have reduced the policy rate by 200 point basis. You see how we deceive ourselves. You are being exposed. ECG is unable to pay its vendors because the money that they are collecting month by month, by the time the money gets to them, the depreciation of the city had wiped most of it off. And the man that has to deal with the stability of the exchange rate, Dr. Baumia, is in the bush campaigning. I together with Vice would allow Galamsey to go on. So you see where we are. And that is why in the last 2 months, we have to do everything possible to make sure that we do not have these people in government come 2025. And to do that means the Electoral Commission also has to behave and behave properly. It's unfortunate that we didn't handle Boss Masari's nonsense. It's another nonsense. Go and do auditing of a voter register and say you can't do it. You can't do what? When you have a lot of anomalies in a voter register, you say you can't do it. So we should go and vote using a fraud voter register. So it is to protect these cabal in government so that they will continue to make lives of Ghanaians very, very difficult. I don't envy Ghanaians at all. It's as though we were born onto this land to always be visited with hardship. I don't remember the last time we woke up within the last 8 years and heard good news. All the time is bad news. If it is not money that is being found under someone's bed, it is the destruction of the environment. If it is not the destruction of the environment, it is Ghana Water not being able to give water to residents. If it is not about that, it is PURC increasing tariffs. If it is not PURC increasing tariffs, it is people that have willingly invested their money in government bonds being given haircuts or hair shapes. If it is not that, it is about our former minister, Ken Oforiatta. You know, interestingly, his name is dying out. I don't want Ghanaians to forget about that man. It is about him quoting copiously from the Bible and still going for loans where he will make money from it and putting all of us. Currently, all of us are owing about 22,000 cedis as Ghanaians for no wrong done. You understand? And how can we continue? And when you talk, the president will be mad. Why didn't you praise him? This president, the way he likes praises. When I was in the MPP, he can actually finance people to come to campaign grounds and just offer him funds. That is what he's good at. Pay for funds. So when you are not praising him, he's not okay. But it's a lesson to all of us, and that is why I recommend my candidate, Mr. Alan Chermante, for the good people of this country to vote for him. I forgot to add that he's also taking some of the bills of the legal representation for these democratic. Yes, he's funding some of them. He believes that they have to be represented well so that they can come out. And we continue the fight. Ghana is the only country that we have. If there is a good leader, all of us will be okay.
Yes.
But the actions of bad leaders, you see the way it has affected all of us.
Everybody, yes, that's true.
Everyone is crying. And those that are crying, they're loud. It's people within the MPP. They have impoverished all of us.
Right. Mr. Thompson.
Well, I don't even know where to start from. You know, this government is a very wicked government. Extremely insensitive. Last week we heard that the ECG boss had to resign.
Yes.
There are a number of speculation about why he resigned.
Yes, I've heard those speculations too.
Do you know that the reason why ECG have to collect more tax, more utility fees from you and I is because for the last 5 years, ECG has been cooking its foreign exchange rate quotations. For example, when they have to procure gas or they have to pay suppliers, when the exchange rate was 12 cedis to $1, you know, in the power sector, they make all their payments are in dollars because of the international nature of those suppliers. When the exchange rate was 12 cedis, ECG was quoting 14.5. So if they pay $20 million to a supplier, they will make a profit of $4.1 million and share.
Immediately.
Because of that, they have created a debt of 60 billion on the books, Ghana cedis, on the books of ECG. 60 billion. That is not all. They've gone to sign a contract with a company called Haptel.
Yes.
For 171 million Ghana cedis.
And I heard they pay only 24 or so.
Yes, but the Haptel people are saying they paid them $25 million.
Yeah.
Ghanaian company.
Yeah.
Yes, that company is for Dr. Baumia.
I know Haptel.
That is why he has been preaching digital.
Yes, because you know, Dr. Baumia's office. Dr. Baumia has been in charge of the energy sector reform program since 2019. The energy sector programs reform secretariat is at his office, Baumia's office. This Haptel contract was part of his digitalization agenda. Haptel is for Dr. Baumia, not outside. He just brought some people to front for him. That's all. And do you know that every prepaid credit you buy, Haptel take 9%.
I've heard that allegation too. I don't know whether or not it's true.
Apart from that, but it's part of the contract. I'll send you the Haptel contract. I have the Haptel contract here. I can send it to you.
Let them show it so that the people should say.
I can send it to you. Do you know that when you buy the prepaid on the app, the money goes into Haptel's account? For Haptel to transfer the money,
our money goes into Haptel.
Yes. When you buy the prepaid credit on the app, it goes directly into Haptel's account. Then Haptel will transfer it into ECG's account. For Haptel to transfer the money from their account to ECG account, they charge us 0.85%. On every CD they transfer to the ECG account. Yes.
It's also accruing interest to them.
Yes, 9%. Yes. So
it's also that money transfer is accruing interest to them.
So apart from that, apart from they charging 9% on every ECG credit you buy, when the money goes into the account, before they will transfer the money into ECG's account, they will charge us 0.85%. And all that money is going to Dr. Baumia. That is what they are using, going around doing break the eight. And that is why today ECG is asking us to pay more. Apart from that, they are also stealing people's money. You buy prepaid credit, then it's finished. Because they want the credit to finish early so that you can buy, so that the more you buy, Haptel can make money and Dr. Baumia can make money.
Now this is a serious matter.
That is what we're confronted with. I'll share the contract with you. So, I mean, do I feel sorry or do I feel sad? I just feel sad for Ghanaians. Right. That we are not able to stand up to this blatant TV going on right in front of our eyes.
Right. Ambassador.
I've learned too many things today. But every tree has roots, isn't it? Even those that hang depend on other trees.
Send me high. I'm sharing the
true,
with you.
and I send with me too. Yeah. The true beginning of UCG's crisis is the PDS. You remember? So you know that before 2017, UCG was not making losses. How come from 2017 UCG has been making losses? It is the thing that my son is saying, isn't it? 9% of 2 billion a month is how much?
It's a lot. 9%. That should.
So you know all the noise Bawumia is making, seeking to become the president, is that he's running away from prosecutions on causing financial loss to the state for his role he played in the PDS. Solomon, where did Bawumia get all these monies to buy these pickups?
Yes.
Brand new 300 pieces of pickups for their campaign. And for the past 2 years, this vice president has ceased being a vice president. All he's doing is going around breaking the eight for the past 2 years. He sits there comfortably, laugh like a jackal when the exchange rate is going up and up and up and up. Now it is 1 to what? 16.7 or something. This vice president sits down and happily laughs when petrol prices are going up and up and up and up. If you have a Muslim vice president who can steal or people in his office, listen, when Bas Brandon was done by the minister, who did we accuse? Is it not Muhammad?
Yes.
So if people in your office use your letterhead to take over somebody's rice, 10,000 bags of rice, who has done it?
The vice president.
The vice president can even send expired goods to his own people during Ramadan. This is the character we are dealing with. In the morning he's a Muslim, in the afternoon he's a Christian, in the evening he's a Buddhist. Adon is what? Koku Free. This is the guy we are dealing with, Ghanaians. It's no longer a joke. Bless. It's no longer a joke. So no, you know why Ghanaians have not taken to the streets? Because we know we have a sledgehammer of a president. He doesn't care. Even when old people like me are protesting, he doesn't care. He will send soldiers to go and stand around. And they are doing this because they believe that their state captured everything. They believe that, you know, whatever, the EC can announce 6 results and nothing can happen. Listen to your boss Madasari. Is that man is all right? There are so many madmen in position in our country. So many madmen.
Do you know, Excellency, let me, something very interesting in the agreement. Do you know that after we've paid this $171 million cedis to Haptel, when they finish the contract, they will still sell the app back to ECG.
They will sell the app.
Yes. See, clause 23.8.
Something has crossed my mind. Wait. Do you remember Marumia saying that the engineers and IT people are sabotaging a system?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Do you remember? Because the IT experts of ECG did the program to challenge that of the Hopter.
Yes.
Now are they the dots connected?
Yes.
To stop the looting and stealing. And Bawumia went crying.
Yeah.
That ECG engineers, IT engineers are sabotaging the systems.
Wow.
We kept quiet. Now you remember? Do you remember?
I remember.
So from the PDS fiasco, then he now put his funds on ECG.
This Haptel is just
PDS Pro Max.
PDS Pro Max.
I'm sorry, they do a lot of things.
I know that.
Even the betting companies, they take they take the monies. I mean, they if you want to, I mean, they
but this alone should be nailed. If you have
somebody,
we're going to do a press conference.
Shouting digitalization without any foundation, then he's gaining from it.
He's gaining.
Because he has not laid any fiber optics. He has not built any digital center. All he has done is to dupe us with a dubious zip line contract. Drones.
I see.
See, between today and 7 December, the God of Ghana will speak and open the eyes of sinners and doubting Thomases to believe that he is our God and will not put us back to the MPP rule.
Right. Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Our God will speak.
Right. Thank you, Ambassador Sampiale Solomon Arthur. A doctor speaking like this tells me that his patients are in danger. And this one is coming from our YouTube. There are lots of people watching from YouTube. Thank you so much. Good morning, host. Watching you live from California. Tell my people the 24-hour is working live as I'm enjoying you now at the same time this morning at 2:42 a.m. All right. Thank you. Akatapor says our leaders deserve those harsh words. That's what they would understand. Jimmy says, my name is Enidaso. Why we Ghanaians are now praising? Okay. My brother, have you forgotten? Okay. Tommy Peter says, for God so loved the word that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish. Okay. Thank you for the Bible quote. Umaru Bundu says, I'm watching you from Freetown in Sierra Leone. Okay, thank you so much for your message. Unbreakable says if something goes wrong with the MPP, they involve the NDC. But if something good is going on with the MPP, they never involve the NDC. Why is the MPP like that? Janet Amponsa says, I'm watching you from Gabon. Okay, thank you and good morning to all our YouTube viewers. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Bless. When MPP brought mercenaries from Serbia to destabilize Ghana, they were arrested and deported. And again, when When they brought mercenaries from South Africa to destabilize the country, they were quickly arrested and deported. Why can't MPP do same? Super incompetence by Abdul Razak, Tamale, Wale Wale. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Pan-African TV. People who align against the former president should keep their records when NDC comes into power. They should bring them out to show evidence of their lies. Mohammed from Wale Wale, a polling station organizer of the NDC. Okay, thank you. Good morning, host. The MPP is never responsible for anything except their privileges and constitutional right to fly luxury jets and throw kinky parties. The only way to end Galamsey is to report Akufo-Addo and his officials to ICC.
That they have been hiring. They should bring their manifest. You see, the Ghana Civil Aviation, they publish their manifest and the item the company that is doing the private jet is also bring their manifest. And we shall see what they have exported.
Right. Thank you so much. Let me do some more 2 messages because my time is up even by 3 minutes. Wajan De Cardio from Kaswa. Good morning. Let's vote massively for the NDC. It's the reliable party for now and forever. Belated birthday, bless. Okay, I think I've read this one. Good morning, Pan-Africa TV and your wonderful panelists. You are loud and clear here inside NKC in the Upper West region. This MPP government sees the good people of Ghana as idiots, and that's why, and they are the only wise people. Because of that, they don't credit the rest of Ghanaians with sense. That's why they talk like people who are out of their boxes. A whole MP talking like someone who's not in full possession of his faculties. Okay, thank you. Last message, bless. This is the time for Akufo-Addo Bawumia to sack Dr. UFA for that reckless statement. They will not stop Galamsey today or tomorrow. Right. Stephen Peng. Good morning, Mr. Stephen Peng. Bless, good morning. I'm sure our borders are supposed to be secured. How did the NDC import foreigners to mine in our water bodies? Are the MPP communicators thinking Ghanaians are not discerning? Party here, Sika mantra is fresh in our minds. The MPP is funded by the Galamsey, so there's no political will to fight the menace. Stephen Peng from Wa. Thank you so much for your time. So many messages. I'm sorry I couldn't read all of them, but I do appreciate all of you and your involvement in this program. Thank you so much. It is because of you we are. And to those of you who watched across the continent, thank you so much. Those of you who sent messages from all around the world, I really do appreciate your time. Thank you once again, Ambassador Sampiale, Mensa Thompson, and Mr. Solomon Owusu for your contributions to this program. The Tuesday edition will come your way tomorrow. Make sure you do well to join. I'll try my best possible to read the messages. But Patrick Edu from Fosu, thank you. I've seen your messages. Unfortunately, I can't read them. Thank you so much. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.